Hello and welcome to Victoriana. It's the beginning of July, or as per usual, it's actually about a week into the beginning of July. End of June has been absolutely stinking hot, into July as well. It's been unbearable, made our lives pretty difficult and hard, and as I'll explain later, done some odd things out on the veg garden and here and there as well. I'm down here with some of the chilies that we're saving, so these are all individually tented, so these are varieties that we're going to produce seed from. We've got a few more varieties to tent up. This year we'll be saving 40 varieties of chili seed, which I think makes us about one of the biggest chili seed producers in the UK now. So that's a busy job for us as well at this time of year. And yeah, elsewhere in the top house we are stocked up and full up with herbs, which keeps Victoria more than a little bit busy. And over on the other side we're just starting to space out the rest of the chilies that won't fit elsewhere. So yeah, busy time for us. As I say, it's been a bit of a struggle with the weather, and especially how it's gone from being quite cold and chilly to so hot. It's done very odd things, and yeah, so I'll give you a quick run around the nursery. So here in the veg tunnel, things are going great guns, really are this year. Tomatoes are a little bit slow to ripen, but they're on the move now. And the blackbirds have found them, so it's time for us to put the net doors on, otherwise they beat us to every ripe fruit, which is wonderful. Chilies are growing away really well this year. It's been a really good year so far for the chilies. And the early fruits on those that we're eating are surprisingly hot, which has spiced up 1 or 2 meals more than we thought. We're just about there on all the varieties for caging as well, as you've seen, and yeah, very pleased indeed in here this year. Nearly all spaced out as well, which is excellent. Tromboncinos this year are growing away really nicely, getting quite big already, so they're going to be a bit of fun later on, and obviously they're nice to eat, they're not just for fun. And similarly, things like the cucumbers, which are down there, we're sort of overrun with cucumbers, we can't keep up, and that's all of us, all the staff here, taking them home every day, and we're still sort of yeah, overrun with them completely. So all in all, it's a good year so far in here. Out here on the veg garden, I have to say it's been an interesting year so far. We were quite slow and quite delayed in getting bits and pieces in, but things we have are doing reasonably well. The onions are bulking up nicely, the leeks are doing okay. First batch of beetroot we're picking through. Second batch of broad beans they're coming up quite nicely. The other beans are coming as well. Again, a little bit slow. It's quite strange really. It was very cold, and then of course we had that really wicked hot spell. We're still quite warm as well. So a lot of the beans didn't like the cold, and now of course the heat is stopping them flowering as well. Peas, I have to say, the dwarf peas were a bit of a disaster in here. Down at home we did better, but up here they suffered with the heat, as have the climbing peas. Funnily enough, the ones in the greenhouse did well, and we've just replanted there for a second batch in there, and I think we'll probably do the same out here. That cold to hot was just at the wrong time for us really. But yeah, no, all in all, out here on the veg garden we're doing quite well. A little bit behind here and there. It's taken quite a lot of effort with the watering over the last few weeks, and catching up all round. The only disappointment I have to say, I think, is the fruit cage. Everything was there and not really doing much, and then again that hot spell has really kicked into the soft fruit, and it's all come at once. And again, we just haven't been able to keep up with it, picking it, and so unfortunately this year we've lost quite a lot, which is a shame. I mean, there's still bits coming, some of the later things, but we just haven't had the succession. It's been a weird year out here, I have to say. It's, you know, gone from cold to wickedly hot, and it's doing strange things. Here in the flower garden, in honesty, it is tidy up time really. The last couple of weeks of hot weather has whacked everything quite hard. It's been a real picture for a long time, but now we're actually going to have to make some effort and do a bit of work in here and have a bit of a tidy up. We've got some good seed to save here and there. Got an excellent crop of tree lupin seed this year, which we're pleased with. the other problem we've had down here, and other areas as well actually this year, has been aphids. It's been a terrible year for aphids, and of course lupins and tree lupins they absolutely love. Yeah, no, we sort of kept on top of it and pruned out, etc, etc. But yeah, there's quite a bit of work to be done down here to tidy it up and get the undercover to come up and bring up for flower. But yeah, we'll get there quite soon. Out here on the beds, we're getting tidy as well. I've been through all the potted fruit trees, pruned them up and blocked them up. So now we've got a big gap from all the ones we've sold. Mark has managed to get through all the grapes now, and there's quite a lot of grapes, so they're all caned and tied, which we're pleased with. And Dave has made his way through the soft fruit and finished that as well. So yeah, we're getting reasonably tidy out here. Just got the last of the soft fruits to finish off, and a few bits and pieces on the shrubs, but all in all, considering what the weather's been like, we're quite pleased as how we've managed to get through and tidy up in between everything else. So out here in the cell area as well, it's tidy up and blocking up time. Veg cage is virtually empty now. We've all but finished our production for young plants, young veg plants for this time of year. Obviously things like asparagus and other perennial crops we're carrying on with. We're not going to carry on with brassicas through the summer. Fighting against cabbage whites on the young plants is a real pain. So I guess that'll empty out now, and we'll think about sowings etc for autumn young veg plant production end of August, beginning of September, so we'll start all over again there. But no, out here in the rest of the cell area we're slowly working through. Emma's plodding through and blocking up and tidying up, and again moving more stuff out from under glass, and yeah, we're getting there out here as well. So that's it for July, and I'll finish off back here in the veg tunnel, back with the tomatoes. And as a quick reminder that we've got our tomato week, our tomato tasting week, which is the 7th to the 12th of August. So all come along please, come and have some tastings of all these different varieties that we got in here. I think there's about 80 varieties, 85, something like that. And provided they're all ripe, they'll be all be on taste. It's completely free. We asked for a donation to charity, but yep, they'll all be out there for tasting, and also any fruit that's ripe will be available to purchase. So hopefully we'll see you all then.